Bringing people and communities together on seclosounds.org.
Your listening station.
Hi, I'm Terry Sullivan and welcome to this week's Sticks radio show on Seclo Sounds. Two guests today on a packed show. Later on in the hour I'm going to be talking to Ben. He's the man behind Jackson in Concert. But first I'm going to be talking to Niall Allen from the group Only Men Aloud. But first let's hear them, their version of the Simon and Garfunkel classic Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Feeling small when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get rough. Just can't be found like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. Sail on by, your time has come to shine. All your dreams are on their way. See how they shine. Oh, if you need a friend, I'm sailing right behind, like a bridge over
On today's show I have, well, he's part of a band that many of you may remember, won a big talent show called Last Choir Standing back in 2008. Seems a long while ago now. It's the band are called Only Men Aloud, and I have on the phone today Niall Allen from the band. Good morning, Niall.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Yes, very well.
I mean, that was an amazing time when you won the talent show, or a talent show. That's perhaps not the right way of putting it, is it? The Last Choir Standing. That was an amazing time for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is sort of the time in most interviews I have to come clean. I actually joined Only Men Aloud just after they'd won Last Choir Standing, so I was a bit of a glory hunter, really.
Well, there's nothing wrong in that. I mean, what did you do? What had you been doing before you joined Only Men Aloud?
I'd actually been just finishing my degree. I'd been in university doing a politics degree, of all things, and I was just coming to the end of that, sort of when the show was on, and I knew a few of the boys who were in the choir through sort of various things, that I'd done over the years, and was obviously a supporter at that time, and little did I know that not too long after I'd actually become a member.
That's always the worst thing, when you get sort of roped into things you don't even expect. I mean, it's a bit like my story into the radio. I went and did a show with another person, and then got roped into it. Basically, I was asked, would you like to do a show? And stupidly, probably sounds a bit like you, I said yes, and well, no, not stupidly. It's been great. It is great fun. Really enjoy it, and I guess you enjoy the being with Only Men Aloud.
Exactly that. Yeah, sort of 6 years on, you sort of can't. When I often, look back and think how long it has been, which obviously I need to check every now and then. But yeah, it's sort of 6 years almost for me now, and yeah, it's just absolutely flown by, to be honest with you.
I mean, did you? When you won the competition, I mean, there's lots of bands have won competitions or artists have won competitions, and I won't mention any by name. And then they sort of, about a year later, they disappear into oblivion.
Yeah, it's odd, isn't it? It's sort of, I'm not sure whether the fact that there was only ever one Last Choir Standing on the BBC, so effectively we were never replaced as Britain's favourite choir, and it's something, sort of until we trimmed down to an 8-piece, we were still very much laying claim to. But yeah, it's great. If anything, we've sort of got busier in recent times. It's the first time our spring tour has gone to England and gone up to Scotland. We've done another album, and we've toured America, things like that. So yeah, we're just very lucky in that respect, I think. And I think what helps is that there's nothing else like us out there, really.
No, I agree. I mean, there are. I mean, I've had them on the show. There are Blake, and I mean, they've been sort of likened to El Divo, but there's nothing like yourself, is there? I mean, really isn't. I mean, and also the music you cover. I mean, you do everything from Welsh folk songs, hymns, musical theatre, opera, barbershop, swing, pop music. I mean, we just heard Bridge Over Troubled Water, which was it's on your new album, isn't it? Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Bridge was on one of our older ones. I think you've got a little taster.
I have. I've got, actually, that's what it is. I've got at the end of the interview. I'm going to play a new track from the new album, which I won't tell them what it is yet. Let's make people stay on tune. But I mean, the competition was absolutely amazing, wasn't it? And I think it really sort of brought, shall we say, choir music together, or part because you sing in parts, don't you? Basically,
we do. Wales has always had this fantastic tradition of singing, and usually, whenever you go anywhere in the world and you say you're from Wales, people usually talk to you about rugby, or they talk to you about singing, and that's fantastic for Wales to have that identity, and obviously the male voice choir, which is the tradition that Only Men Aloud was born out of sort of that male singing, particularly when the coal mining industry was thriving. There was choirs in every valley that would meet up, and competitions and things, and sadly over the years that male choral tradition has slightly dwindled with obviously the closure of the mines and things like that. So just anything that we can do and other choirs do to keep that tradition alive in Wales, because I think it is a very unique thing to Wales, that Welsh male choral tradition. So obviously, as you said earlier, our concerts sort of pay homage to that, with the Welsh traditional folk songs, traditional hymns, things like that. And then obviously as you went on to say, sort of taking it right up to the modern day, really.
Yeah, because it's strange that the mines in Wales seem to spawn the choirs, and the mines in Yorkshire seem to spawn the bands.
Yeah, all the colliery bands.
Yeah, it's very strange. I go up to Yorkshire a lot. My wife's originally from Yorkshire, and we go up there quite a bit. And the tradition it's very strange. It's very different, isn't it?
Yeah.
There are groups up there that sing, and I think they used to. I don't know if they still do. Somebody will probably correct me if they don't, or they do. They come down once a year to the Royal Albert Hall and sing together. And my late father-in-law was involved in that, and it was an amazing. I went up. I had the great fortune of going up there one year, and it was an amazing sound.
Yeah, definitely. Sort of, I think anything where you get large numbers of people coming together like that. You really, you sort of something, you can't imagine what it's going to sound like, even that sort of number of people and that just volume of sort of, people playing together and singing together, sort of in the Welsh choral case. But yeah, really, we are proud of the tradition, and it's something that, as I say, we make sure all our concerts feature music from Wales, and that would have been sung by your traditional male voice choirs at that time.
Because you were lucky enough to win a classical Brit.
We were. Our second album, Band of Brothers, won the Classical Brit Award, which obviously you don't expect things like that. You don't make albums to win awards. You sort of make them because, that's what we love to do, obviously, making music. But, it's certainly a very nice added bonus to receive that recognition. And what was great, it was voted for by members of the public. So it's always nice to win an award when you know that sort of people have got behind you to support you. And indeed, we beat some fantastic artists to get that Classical Brit.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the best awards to win, the ones that are voted by the general public, because then you know you're doing something right.
Exactly. I was a keen sportsman growing up, and I think you'd always rather the Players' Player of the Year over the one chosen by the manager, perhaps.
Because I was reading about you earlier on today. It's on your website, so it's no big secret. You like a game of golf.
I do enjoy a game of golf. Yeah, growing up, I played a lot of football, a lot of rugby, a lot of cricket, and a bit of golf. But then sort of a broken nose and a broken leg paid to sort of the more physical stuff, and now the slightly more sedate game of golf gets the majority of my time.
I'm afraid it's not my game at all. I find I lose more balls than anything else. And
it's quite an expensive one, if that's the case.
Well, it is for me. Anyhow, I haven't played for about 5 or 6 years, and it's one of those games that annoys me because I know I want to be good at it, and I can't, and I get no better. So I've decided enough's enough. Give the game up.
I felt like that a few times. Yeah, mainly. Well, last Saturday I felt exactly like that.
Did you? Oh yeah, one of those games. I remember I think it was the last time I played in Cape Town, which I know you've played in, and I had a really bad round, and I wanted to do is get this club and put it over my knee, and then I remembered it wasn't mine, so I thought I'd best not do that. The other thing I see you do is, I don't know what this is, a CrossFit box. What is that?
CrossFit is sort of something actually. It started in America. It's a new sort of fitness thing that I sort of do a couple of times a week. Quite similar to sort of you might do circuit training or things at a normal gym, but sort of a slight, as with most things American, it's slightly big and brash and over the top. But I enjoy it. It keeps me out of trouble.
It sounds like hard work to me. You said you were a football fan, and yet you support Crystal Palace.
I do, yeah. My family moved down. My dad moved down from South London many years ago, and my mum's actually from Cardiff, and I was born down here. But I think my dad had a word when I was a youngster and made it perfectly clear. If I expected football kits and things for Christmas, they were only ever going to be Crystal Palace. I was more than happy to oblige, and still am.
Do you get much chance to go down and watch them or anything like that nowadays, or?
Yeah, we try. We've still got family in the area, so we try and get down sort of once or twice a season to catch a home game. But